Hey, good morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning here on Motivated Strength. I'm your host, Schulz. We do this show so that you can start your day in a motivated, positive way. That way you can take on life's challenges as they are, but more importantly, as you are right now. Now, if you happen to be new to the show, I certainly appreciate taking your time to see what it is that we do here, and I value your opinion. For those of you who subscribe to the show, keep coming back because I really love having you here and interacting with us and telling us how it is that we can help you find that optimal frame of mind. The optimal frame of mind is a higher way of thinking. That higher way of thinking will lead you to a higher level of living. Isn't that what we're all looking for in the first place? Now, motivated strength comes from a lot of different challenges. It comes from clinical depression, comes from borderline personality disorder, comes from PTSD, also comes from addiction. You get the idea. Basically, I've gone through a lot of different things, and I've utilized those experiences to be able to help me find different ways of being able to think my way around challenges that I have. So in other words, I had to think differently. Now, did I do that all the time? Hell no, I didn't do all that all the time. I suffered. I suffered for a very long time because I did what it is that I thought was the right way of going about things. I also did things the way that society might think that I need to go about things when dealing with those challenges. And while I was doing that, I was suffering. And for that very reason, I decided to change things up. I decided to utilize a different language. I decided to utilize a different vocabulary to be able to help me understand how to be able to manage my challenges a little bit differently. And that's what we do here on Motivated Strength. Now, this week, we're talking about utilizing motivation. Now, remember I said that a lot of people who deal with different challenges, whether it be chronic pain, chronic illness, mental illness, maybe life experiences that you've had that were pretty traumatizing to you and you just can't let them go because it doesn't seem fair. I know what that's like. Sometimes motivation can be intimidating. Other times it can be annoying and really people feel as if like, well, you don't understand what it is that I'm going through, so it's kind of counterproductive. I know what that's like, and I had a tough time because when I was younger, going through the challenges that I had, I can tell you this. I looked forward to listening to people like Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Oprah Winfrey, Brene Brown, people like Zig Ziglar. I mean, these are people that were influences to me because I thought that they had, that special something that made them what they were amazing to be. They inspire millions and millions of people around the world. Now, here's the thing. I didn't feel what they were saying. Does that make sense? I wanted to. I really did. I really wanted to. I wanted to utilize my experiences. I really wanted to be able to utilize my ability to be just like they were. I wanted to be inspirational. I wanted to be funny. I wanted to be in a way that was going to make a difference for millions of others just like they do. Problem is, I didn't feel what they were saying. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I couldn't, because I was in my pattern. I was in my cycle. You know me, we talk about patterns and cycles quite a bit. And so I was going through my challenges. Now, mind you, I was also dealing with an illness. That's the thing. It wasn't something like I chose to be in my depression. I didn't choose to be into my codependency. I didn't choose to be these things, just off of the blue. What I did is that I was going through some challenges and struggles just like maybe you are. Now, when we're talking about challenges and struggles, motivation coming into play, well, it seems like it's a little bit intrusive. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize these motivational statements that Eric Thomas is a motivational speaker. He's been world renowned. He's somebody who has made a lot of money, but he's also made a big, big difference in a lot of lives. So we're going to utilize his statements that he utilizes in motivation, and we are going to use them in a way that's going to be beneficial for us. Does that sound good to you? All right, so here we go. We talk about different statements and different ways of being able to talk about motivation. Here's one statement that Eric Thomas uses quite often. He says, you need to push yourself because nobody's going to be doing it for you. Is that something you might have heard before? If you haven't, well, it's true. And I'm telling you this from a standpoint of somebody who's dealt with the different challenges in life. Listen, if you're waiting for society to step on up and say, oh, you know what? I'm sorry that you have multiple sclerosis. We're going to take care of you. We're going to be able to make sure that don't have to worry about your bills. We're going to make sure that you don't have to worry about, your body, kind of failing you in ways that you can't even understand. We're going to make sure that, that you don't have to exercise or that you don't have to experience, stress and challenges and struggles, even though that you deal with these, illnesses that you might be going through. Does that ever happen? Because as far as I know, it never did. It may seem as if like it might on television. It may seem as if like it always ends up being a good story at the end in the movies. But in reality, no, that doesn't happen. So what do we need to do? We need to push ourselves. We need to push ourselves because other people aren't going to be there for us. Here's the thing. It's not about blaming other people. It's about empowering you. It's about letting you know that there's a point of no return. And now is the time for that time for you. It's the point of no return where you are saying to yourself, listen, it's time to go. When we're talking about what we need to take care of, what we need to deal with, what we need to be challenged by, and how it is that we need to make our way to who it is that we're meant to be as opposed to who we merely exist to be, despite what it is that we're ailed by, we have to do it ourselves. Now, I'm here to help you. I'm here to give you some inspiration. I'm here to give you some insight, but you have to do the work, right? We get back to that word, work. Listen, when we're dealing with the challenges that we go through, whether it be chronic pain, chronic illness, mental illness, it's work. It's work just to get to the point of average. It's work just to get to the point of being content. It's work to get to the point of ever having the spike up of being happy. We have to work at it. Now, how we go about working at it is we push ourselves. How are you going to push yourself? Well, listen, I do some different things, right? When I get to the point as to where I start feeling, complacent in regards to what it is that I'm feeling. Like right now, I'm dealing with some challenges with my neck, right? I have a neck injury. I'm dealing with some things, but I needed to make myself move. If I didn't make myself move, it would not be at all hard for me to stay in bed and sitting there saying, ow, this hurts. Not like, oh, woe is me. It was, ow, this hurts, and we're going to see how things are in a little bit. I couldn't do that. I had to move. I had to get things going. Now, is that easy? No. Is it something that, is simple? No, it's not. It does take work. It does take that commitment to being more than the challenges that you face. Now, the first thing that I did was I rolled out and I got into the shower and I got underneath the hot shower. That helped me a little bit. Did it make it perfect? No. But it did make it a little bit better. See, that's what it is that we're trying to do. We're trying to utilize what it is that can help us be better. Be better in the way that we can do. See, I'm not sitting here and telling you that you can leap tall buildings in a single bound. See, I can't even talk today sometimes. But when we're dealing with the things that we deal with, it's hard to see what it is that we can do. But it's really easy to see what we can't do. So now it's time to push ourselves. It's time to push ourselves to that limit for that day. See, we can't say that you're going to be able to push yourself the same limit every day. That's not going to happen. But you need to push yourself a little bit each and every day. It gets to the point as to where your body starts understanding, okay, they're going to do this, all right? And if they're going to get to this far, we can still go a little bit further. Or they're going to say, they can get this far and that's it today. I can't do any more. We need to set back. Remember, I'm not against setting back and getting to the point as to where you reload or you reset yourself so as to be able to take on life's challenges even more down the road. This is a lifetime commitment. It's not a race. So when you're sitting here and you're saying push yourself, we're talking about overall. We're talking about making a difference for you. which will make a difference for other people around you. All right, listen, we do this show Monday through Friday. We do this show so that you can start your day in a motivated, positive way. That way you can take on life's challenges as they are, like doctor appointments, physical therapy sessions, group sessions, therapy, whatever it is that you go through, or even your household chores. These are things that we have challenges with when we're going through the things that we go through. But here's the thing, utilizing motivation is not a bad thing. Utilizing motivation, you just saw, we took a motivating statement and we made it work for ourselves for what it is that we go through. We can do that because we're on a higher way of thinking. That optimal frame of mind I keep talking to you about. Listen, I need to know what it is that I can do in order to be of help to you. How can I help you a little bit more? What challenges and struggles are you going through? What's keeping you stuck? What's keeping you from seeing that you are empowered more than you are not? In other words, you can do more, you can do than what it is that you can't do. What is it that's keeping you from being able to do that? Let me know so that we can work on it together. We're a community. It's not me, myself, and I talking into this camera. We're a community together so that when new people come in, they see a community working hard to empower each other to be more than the challenges that they face, and then they buy in just as well. And we do a whole lot of difference and change in our world. All right, listen, I hope you have an extraordinary day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.